East, West and Southern Africa for a 3-year term. The ACU, a century-old network based in London, connects more than 500 universities across 50-plus Commonwealth countries and champions global collaboration, innovation and access to education. In addition to this global recognition, Prof. Matengu has also been appointed President of the Association of African Universities Governing Board, becoming the youngest person ever elected to lead the continent's premier higher education transformation. From shaping policy to strengthening doctoral research and promoting equitable access to education, Prof. Matengu is spearheading a vision that uplifts Africa's academic future and amplifies African voices on the global stage. We now speak to him today about this extraordinary dual milestone. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for the invitation.
Do I still need to say congratulations, or was my introduction fair? Congratulations, Prof.
Thank you so much.
That's quite an achievement, and of course, we're happy to have you here this evening to speak to us about it. How are you processing, the news of these two major recognitions?
Well, the news of the presidency of the governing board of AAU was a few days ago. And today at 1 o'clock, the Commonwealth announced this election to the council. So I thank God. Yeah, thank God for it, yes.
Well, Prof, you're now in a position to influence, higher education policy and, collaboration at both continental and global levels. So to start with, how do you see these roles complementing each other, and what synergies do you plan to create between the AAU and the ACU?
I happen to wear 3 hats now, or 4, being again. And the main objective of that institution is to assist the African Union achieve its Agenda 2063 and beyond through promotion of quality education and strengthening research. Then we have this Association of African Universities, where I'm also the president of the governing board. And our aim there is to strengthen quality and relevance of higher education in Africa and assisting universities to contribute to development. What has been announced today, I'm going to join 4 other colleagues as council members in the Commonwealth. And we have 3 major objectives in the Commonwealth. One is promoting collaboration. Secondly is to advance knowledge for its own sake, but also for impact. And strengthening research and partnerships, as well as contributing to a better world. So the Commonwealth, we have 10 million students across the world and more than 1 million professionals who serve in the various universities. So if you look at all these 3 or 4 things, our objective is really to try and promote best practices in quality, in teaching, in research, and in universities' contribution to development through working with partnerships, with industry, but also through creating standards and harmonization of processes so that within the Commonwealth, this network of best practices is known, and also that universities work towards building, promoting peace, democracy, and a better world.
Representing East, West and Southern Africa on the ACU Council, Prof, is a massive responsibility. What are the key challenges and perhaps opportunities that you foresee in this role?
Yeah, it is a very challenging function indeed, because Southern African education sector has its traditions and practices. East Africa has its own. It's a lot more organized through the Inter-African Council of Universities. And West Africa has a combination of Francophone, French-speaking universities, plus the Anglophone as well as Lusophone. And these 3 regions that I'm representing have different kinds of challenges, but also good practices that we can work together. So my function there would be really to making sure that we have better recognition of each other's systems, and we're sharing best practices, especially in terms of international collaboration. We have a manual in the Commonwealth of what we consider as good practices for partnership, for training, for student experience, as well as for fundraising and postgraduate supervision.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, as the youngest ever elected president of the AAU governing board, what fresh, perspective or priorities are you hoping to bring to the table for African universities?
I think this is the time for African knowledge sovereignty. What do I mean by that? We have to take charge of how we generate knowledge, how we validate it, and how we disseminate.
Yeah.
We can only do that by research. And so I'm hoping that we will be able to, together work with African governments, that we will find ways in which we mobilize resources to support better research. If we are not in control of knowledge, we cannot determine knowledge because, development. Because development is determined by access to economically viable information. This is something that thieves and thugs take advantage of. Access to economically viable information is what makes people rich. Those who don't have access to that information get poor. So what we hope to do is to facilitate that we have knowledge sovereignty. We are able to determine, research and understand what we have, what we know, why we know it, and what it means to development. So I am advocating basically for a conversion capability. Yeah. So we have resources, but we are not converting those minerals into wealth. Yeah. And the university, they have to play a major role in that conversion capacity. That's really what I want to do. But in order to do that, we must also have a harmonized system of accreditation of qualifications, standardizations, and enabling credit transfer system for our students. If you come here, you study sociology, for example, you go to Botswana for exchange period, you come back, they would say, no, this is not up to the standard. We want to avoid that. So that mobility is not seen as a waste of time.
Prof, the University of Namibia has been long been an active member of both the AAU and the ACU. So what practical benefits can Namibians, academics, even researchers and students expect to see from these appointments?
There are many I can do. We do staff training opportunities, continuous professional development opportunities for staff. In the ACU, we administer scholarships for students. We organize training workshops for professional support, but also allow the academics to have a mobility scheme, and there are many other benefits that comes with it. For people to benefit, we must be members in good standing. So as a university, we pay subscription fees to the Commonwealth. The Association of African Universities also has funding from the World Bank, a little bit more than 25 million for establishment of African centers of excellency in various fields, and these are opportunities that member organizations benefit from.
Both the ACU and the AAU strongly align with global development agendas, including the SDGs. How do you see these universities, or see universities rather, in Africa playing a more strategic role in achieving these goals?
We have agreed as universities to start measuring what we do and our impacts on the SDGs, all of them. In some cases, those functions are shared between different universities, but all of us are measuring what is our contribution to the achievement of SDGs. So we do that through either service, through education, or through development. And any of these have parameters for measurement. So if we are checking what is our impact, for instance, on climate change, we look at the kind of research we do, how much research or publications, how well they are cited, their impact, and their influence on policy making. So it's a database that we maintain in the AU that enables us to judge whether or not we are making good progress.
Prof, just lastly, what does this moment mean for Namibia's, higher education landscape? And lastly, also, what message would you like to send to young scholars and leaders across the country?
I would say I think my election is more a recognition of what UNAM and Namibia is doing. Sometimes we criticize ourselves harshly, which is okay. It makes us sharper.
Yeah.
But I think this election wouldn't have happened if the Namibian education system isn't doing well. It doesn't mean we are perfect, but if we chase perfection, we can achieve excellence. And so I think we should continue to work on areas where we have weaknesses. And in fact, that's the objective of these networks, to help universities that are not doing so well to do even better. For the Namibian youth, I would say it's really, really important that we take a stand to prepare ourselves. We should stop entitlement. It's my right, fine. Yes, it is. But you have to work for that right, and it's our obligation. We should be demanding that I should be the one to make a change that this country needs. In order to do that, maybe we need to avoid some noisy places. We must concentrate on defining our purposes and making a contribution as the youth to the development of this country. We have a very big challenge now, I heard you mention earlier, of learning poverty. Yeah. 7 out of 10 young people who are under 10 years old who are in school in sub-Saharan Africa are defined or considered as functionally illiterate. In other words, if you give them that text, they will read it well, but if you ask what does it mean, they don't know what it means, or basic arithmetics. These kind of things won't change if we are not committing to being good role models, taking education seriously, and thinking that for education to change, we must always think, what kind of problem do I want to solve with what I am studying? Whether I'm doing music or medicine, I should be looking at what problems will I be solving with what I'm learning. And I go with that mentality into the university or in school. And if we do that, I think we can have entrepreneurs as well, not just job seekers. Yeah.
Sound advice, Prof.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you. I dedicate this to UNAM and to Namibia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be back after this.